Hello, my name is Brock, and welcome to the Retrobite Show. I'm out of the hospital now, and Hayden's on vacation in New Mexico. So to help with today's video is Ian the intern. Say hello, Ian.
Hello.
Hey, Ian, you like Mario?
Not really.
Well, too bad, because today's video's on New Super Mario Brothers.
Wait, is that because Hayden is in New Mexico?
No.
There's 5 games we're going to talk about in today's episode. New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, New Super Mario Brothers 2, New Super Mario Brothers U, and New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Firstly, let's look at New Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo DS. In May of 2006, when New Super Mario Brothers released, there hadn't been a classic, original, traditional 2D Mario game in 14 years. The last games were released in 1992, and its title was Super Mario Land 2. Throughout the following 14 years, the only 2D Mario games were re-releases and ports such as Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on Game Boy Color or Super Mario Advance series on Game Boy Advance. During E3 2004, Nintendo was showing off their newest handheld console, the Nintendo DS. They also showed off some gameplay of a new Super Mario Bros. Game. The game was still very much in the process of being developed, but people were still excited. When the game was released, it was a smash hit, and both reviewers and gamers loved it. Which makes sense, because it was both a Mario game, and it was on the newest hit console, the Nintendo DS. But you know what doesn't make sense? The dang darn name! The title New Super Mario Brothers is stupid, and it was a good name at the time, sort of, because it explained what it was, a new Super Mario game. But it's really stupid nowadays, because it came out years ago. So the name has aged horribly, and is also just a kind of uncreative name. Anyways, back to the game itself. The story of this game is that, guess what? Bowser kidnapped Peach. Who would have guessed? But now, with help from Bowser Jr. To be honest though, Bowser Jr. is more of the main antagonist, and Big Bad Bowser himself only shows up for a few times before he gets burned alive and you can see his skeleton. The gameplay is like any other 2D Mario game. You go from point A to point B as fast as you can while defeating enemies and collecting coins on your way to the exit. If you get hit by an enemy on your way there, or you fall in a pit, you lose a life. And if you lose all your lives, the game's over. But now, there's star coins. These coins give you more access to places on the map, like toad houses, where you can get more power-ups and extra lives. The star coins are very similar to the dragon coins in Super Mario World, and the aspect that by collecting all 5 of them in a level, you get a 1-up. These are pretty pointless unless if you're Hayden, who uses these to grind for extra lives. The game controls like if 3D Mario was placed in a 2D setting, and it feels pretty good. You get the best of both worlds, the accurate jumps from 2D Mario games and the ground pound and other cool moves from 3D Mario games. So now, on to the various power-ups of the game. The Mega Mushroom is one of the new power-ups, and it used to be used a lot for promotional material. It allows Mario to grow huge and completely demolish anything in his path. Yeah, it might be fun at first, but it takes all the challenge and skill and like Mario-ness out of Mario, and it ruins the level and is very, very gimmicky. The next power-up is the polar opposite of the Mega Mushroom. The Mini Mushroom allows Mario to become super tiny, and it feels less like a power-up, more like a punishment. Now, he has the ability to become Jesus and walk on water, as well as having a floatier jump. But there's one little tiny important thing about this power-up. It lets you discover some secrets that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise, like 2 extra worlds in the game. The final new power-up is the blue shell power-up. Wait. Am I reading this right? I thought this was New Super Mario Brothers, not Mario Kart. The blue shell allows Mario to go into a blue shell and slide around like a normal Koopa shell. This power-up does have some fans, but for most players, it is very annoying and hard to control. The game has 8 worlds, but it's more like 6, because 2 of the worlds are special worlds. That makes the main adventure pretty short, but there's so many secrets and collectibles that you could probably milk this game for hours. Even then, that's just the main adventure. The game came with some mini-games that are mostly from Super Mario 64 DS. But there are some originals like Gambling with Luigi. Gambling's the best, Luigi's the best, and Nintendo was the one who not only made it Gambling with Luigi possible, but they also made it portable. Only 3 years later, during E3 2005, Nintendo revealed New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Wii, which is a little bit confusing of a title, because it sounds like it's just the DS game re-released for Wii. But it's actually an entirely new entry in the series, and it now has a spontaneous multiplayer action for 4 players. In the old Mario games, it was always annoying when you saw 2 players as an option, but you could only play after the other one dies. But now, I know there's a reason for that, because other than hardware limitations. Whenever I play the multiplayer in this game, I always die because the screen is so crowded, and unlike a 3D game, you cannot only move in 360 directions, you only can move left or right, so you're forced to awkwardly jump and push around the other players on screen. On top of all that, who did they pick for players 3 and 4? Why, none other than the 2 most popular fan favorite characters, Yellow and Blue Toad. Why couldn't it have been Wario and Waluigi? That would have been so cool to see. But they couldn't do that because they're bad guys. Even though they're technically not even on Bowser's team. The Koopalings are back from Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. Nowadays, they're seen as laziness from Nintendo not wanting to make unique boss experiences. But at the time, it was so cool to see the Koopalings in 3D models. The gameplay is the same as New Super Mario Bros., but they zoomed out the screen to accommodate the extra players. The graphics look way better than the DS version, but I guess that makes sense for a home console. The art style is the same, and the music is just more poppy Mario music, and it's not bad, but it's also not the best overall, and it's pretty bland. The spin jump and Yoshi return from Super Mario World. Yoshi himself controls pretty well, but you can take him to the next level, and the spin jump is activated by pointless motion controls. This time the power-ups don't suck and are actually pretty good. The mini mushrooms return from the other power-ups from New Super Mario Bros. Don't. The new ones are the propeller mushroom that allows you to fly up in the air when you shake the Wiimote. The ice flower, which is the same as the fire flower, but it freezes enemies, and now you can throw it at enemies to kill it. And by far the best one has to be the penguin suit, which allows you to throw enemies, kill it, but also you can swim easier and slide on your belly. The game is pretty good, but has one real problem, and that's it lacks anything to make it its own real unique experience or have its own identity. This is a problem with all the games on this list. They're pretty good, but you're gonna have the same experience with all of them. New Super Mario Bros. 2 was revealed during a Japanese exclusive Nintendo Direct in 2012. That's right, New Super Mario Bros. Wii wasn't the true sequel to New Super Mario Bros. This is. Now, this is exactly like the other two games, but with one major difference. There's lots, and I mean lots of coins. Like seriously, it's almost ridiculous. If you get 1 million of these coins, you just get a different title screen. But there is some power-ups, like the raccoon suit from Super Mario Bros. 3, and they can give you the ability to turn things into gold. The presentation and music are exactly the same as the first two, and later that same year, New Super Mario Bros. U was released. I guess this is a sequel to New Super Mario Bros. Wii? I guess. The gameplay is still the same with no differences, except now you have a squirrel power-up that'll let you become Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog and glide around. Nabbit is a new character and sometimes challenges you to things. He's kind of like Koopa the Quick, to be honest, but not really. The game and graphics are similar to NSMB Wii, but now it has HD graphics. There also is Super Luigi U, which is just NSMB U, exactly as you play, but now it's Luigi and it's a little harder, I guess. But now let's move on to the final game in our list, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. This game includes all the DLC from the original games, including New Super Mario Bros. U, and Toadette is now a playable character. She's basically just the easy mode for the game, kind of like Funky Mode in Tropical Freeze for Switch. She has tighter controls and full range of motion underwater. There's a ability for her activated by the Super Crown. The Super Crown lets her turn into Peachette, which kind of controls like Peach in Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES. She also has like pigtails and it's kind of weird. It's led to some weird stuff. That's it for New Super Mario Bros. Series. So I think I'm gonna check in on Ian, the intern, now.
Finally, I can have my lunch break.
No, you can't.
Now that I'm done with that, I can have a lunch break.
No! What am I not paying you for?